Okay, let's unpack something that's really shaking up how we work. Forget the old 9 to 5 for a second. In 2025, U.S. freelancers didn't just dip their toes in the economic waters, they made a huge splash. We're talking an estimated $1.2 trillion. dollars.
That's a staggering number.
Yeah.
Really shows the scale.
But get this. The skilled independent knowledge workers, they actually generated even more, like around $1.5 trillion. dollars.
Wow, so the value is really concentrated in those high-skill areas.
Exactly. And here's a real mind blower. Nearly 4 out of every 10 workers in the U.S., about 38%, are now freelancing.
38%, that's not a niche anymore, is it?
Not at all. It's a massive shift.
It truly highlights this fundamental change in the labor market. The sheer volume of economic activity generated, well, it signals a big reliance by businesses on external expertise for agility, specialized skills.
Right. It's not just individuals choosing this path anymore.
No, it's a strategic move for a lot of companies, too.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we've really immersed ourselves in a comprehensive guide all about building a thriving freelance career, like right now in 2025.
Good stuff. Lots to unpack there, I bet.
Totally. Think of this as your express route to understanding how to not just navigate, but really excel in this dynamic work landscape. So for you listening, someone may be looking to grasp the essentials quickly and thoroughly. We're basically extracting the core strategies you need to make freelancing work for you.
And it's fascinating how technology has really, well, democratized access, hasn't it, to both talent and opportunities.
Oh, absolutely.
It's enabled this decoupling from traditional jobs, offering, flexibility for both sides.
For sure. So we're going to pull out the crucial insights from this guide. We'll cover everything from what success actually means when you're your own boss.
Which isn't always just about the money.
Exactly. We'll get into that. Then the fundamental skills you absolutely need, the smartest way to, launch your freelance gig.
The setup phase, yeah. Critical.
How to find those ideal clients, the ones who value your expertise, making sure you're compensated fairly for your work.
Always important.
And ultimately, how to build a sustainable and rewarding career that lasts, the long haul.
And a key question that comes up is, when you're in control, what does achieving your goals really look like? Financial security is part of it, sure, but
there's more to it.
Exactly. It's intriguing to consider the other factors driving this whole movement.
Precisely. So our mission today is pretty clear. To deliver the most vital knowledge and insights you need to not just participate, but to genuinely flourish in the freelance economy.
Sounds like a plan.
So with that in mind, let's jump right in. Let's redefine what success looks like in this new world of work.
Agreed. Let's start there. Unpacking success beyond just dollars and cents.
Okay, so the guide really hits home that success as a freelancer, it's deeply personal.
Right.
Sure, seeing that $1.2 trillion figure for earnings in 2025 is impressive. Huge financial potential, obviously.
No question.
But what really jumped out is that a huge 70% of freelancers cite improved work-life balance as a major reason for choosing this path.
It's massive. It shows autonomy and flexibility are becoming key currencies in today's work world.
Totally.
And the guide points out that a significant chunk, 60% of freelancers, actually prioritize this flexibility, controlling their schedules, their environment, even over maximizing immediate cash.
Right. That really says something about shifting values, doesn't it?
It really does. What people want from their professional lives is changing.
And get this, a whopping 79% of freelancers report an improved quality of life since making the switch.
79%, that's huge.
Plus, they're almost twice as likely to feel truly engaged in their work.
Wow, so it's not just escaping the office.
No. It's about finding work that actually clicks, that resonates with, your passions, your values.
This multifaceted view of success is so crucial. It's a blend. Financial viability, yeah, definitely. But also a strong emphasis on personal well-being and that intrinsic satisfaction from meaningful work.
So the guide really pushes you, the listener, to think deeply. What does your ideal freelance life look like?
Yeah, what's the vision?
What's your perfect workday? What kind of projects genuinely excite you? What income level do you need? Absolutely.
The baseline.
But also, what kind of lifestyle are you aiming for? Setting these personalized KPIs, key performance indicators.
Make the metrics.
Whether they're about money targets, happy clients, new skills, or that crucial work-life balance that becomes your individual roadmap.
Defining those metrics is so important. Like a freelancer driven by, say, creative fulfillment might go for projects with more artistic freedom.
Even if they pay a bit less.
Exactly. Even if they don't command the absolute top dollar initially, it's about consciously aligning your business strategy with your own definition of, a successful, sustainable career.
Exactly. And just thinking about it isn't enough, right? The guide emphasizes weaving this into your daily operations.
Right. Putting it into practice.
It draws this sharp contrast between just taking random gigs and truly operating like a strategic business owner, a mini CEO, kind of. That means actively tracking things, client satisfaction levels, your own efficiency, the overall financial health of your practice.
And nuts and bolts.
And always looking for opportunities, growth, improvement, not just hopping from job to job.
That business owner perspective is what gives you longevity. Instead of seeing each project as just a one-off, you're building something cohesive, a real enterprise where every interaction, every task contributes to your bigger goals.
Okay, so we're looking way beyond just the paycheck. Now, what about the skills? What are the absolute must-haves for thriving out there?
Well, the guide makes it really clear that while being technically great at what you do, your craft is the essential starting point.
Table stakes, basically.
Exactly. It's no longer enough on its own.
Yeah.
Long-term success hinges on like a whole constellation of interconnected skills that go way beyond just your core expertise.
That makes total sense. Your technical skills are your foundation. They get you noticed, let you deliver quality work, justify your rates.
Absolutely.
But the market's always moving, isn't it? Constantly evolving. The guide stresses that continuous learning isn't just like a nice to have, it's vital, essential for staying relevant.
This constant need to upskill and adapt, it's basically a defining feature of freelancing now. Industries, tech, it's all in motion. So you have to be proactive.
How so?
It means everything from online courses, workshops, to just, reading industry stuff diligently. It's an ongoing investment in yourself, really.
And here's where it gets really interesting with tech. The guide uses AI, artificial intelligence, as a prime example.
Yeah, the big one.
Apparently, skilled freelancers aren't just dabbling, they're integrating AI into their workflows, developing expertise much faster than people in traditional jobs.
That's a key point. What's really noteworthy is how this agile adoption of new tech like AI, when you combine it with those uniquely human skills, where freelancers often shine like complex problem-solving critical thinking.
Yeah, the stuff AI can't do. Yeah.
Exactly. It positions them as incredibly adaptable, future-proofed almost.
So it's not just mastering your current craft, it's embracing this lifelong learning mindset, proactively seeking new skills. But beyond the technical and adaptive stuff, what else is in this essential freelancer's business toolkit the guide talks about?
Okay, well, communication. Unequivocally the cornerstone.
Can't overstate that one.
Right. Clear, consistent, professional communication isn't just being polite, it's the bedrock. Understanding client needs, managing expectations, building trust, all essential for happy clients and repeat business.
Absolutely. Like active listening, really getting what the client wants, summarizing key points so everyone's aligned, proactive updates, setting clear expectations up front.
All those seemingly small things, yeah. They add up massively, build solid relationships.
Then there's financial acumen. It's the big one, right? Dealing with unpredictable income streams.
Oh, yeah. A significant reality. This is totally non-negotiable. The guide hammers home the need for a firm grip on your expenses, business, and personal.
You need a budget.
A realistic budget, yeah. Maybe even stress test it against your leaner months and build that emergency fund. Crucial.
How much do they suggest?
Usually 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Plus, things like income smoothing, paying yourself a consistent amount can add stability and meticulous tracking, obviously. Income, outgoings.
And taxes. Don't forget taxes.
Definitely not. Proactive tax planning. Setting aside a chunk, maybe 25–30% of each payment is smart. Avoids nasty surprises.
Nobody wants a tax panic.
Yeah.
And the guide also strongly advises keeping business and personal finances separate, right? Fundamental best practice.
Absolutely. Clean separation makes everything easier.
Okay, what's next in the toolkit? Time management and productivity. Juggling multiple clients, deadlines. That takes serious discipline.
It really does. Self-discipline and organization are key. The guide highlights effective techniques. Prioritizing tasks may be using something like the Eisenhower matrix, urgent versus important.
Right, that grid thing.
Yeah. Scheduling your work blocks. Breaking down big projects into smaller steps. Using focused work methods like Pomodoro.
The timer method.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Minimizing digital distractions, a constant battle. And, importantly, scheduling regular breaks.
Gotta step away sometimes. Prevent burnout.
Absolutely non-negotiable for productivity and sanity. The guide also mentions task batching grouping, similar stuff, and end-of-day reviews to stay on track. And leveraging digital tools, of course, calendars, project management, time
Got
trackers,
lots of tools out there now.
for sure. Okay, what about actually getting the work? Sales, marketing, negotiation skills, that falls on you.
Right. You're your own sales team.
Precisely. You need to understand marketing basics, identify your target audience, craft compelling messages about your value, and negotiation. Paramount for getting fair terms and pay that reflects your expertise.
You've got to confidently articulate how you solve a client's problem. What about networking? The guide calls it networking intelligence. Sounds fancy.
Maybe, but it's just about strategically building and nurturing your professional support system.
Why is that so important?
Well, a strong network gives you access to opportunities, collaborations, knowledge sharing, even just support when things get tough. Actively participating industry events, online forums, LinkedIn groups, it all helps cultivate that network.
Makes sense. Lastly, the guide talks about resilience and adaptability. The journey isn't always smooth, right?
Definitely not. There will be bumps, income dips, tricky clients. Resilience is your ability to bounce back. Adaptability is about responding to market shifts, learning new things.
You need that mental toughness.
Absolutely vital for the long term. Interestingly, some research suggests freelancers are often more adaptable than traditional employees. That's a big advantage today.
It really does all connect, doesn't it? Good communication helps negotiation, time management boosts finances, networking brings sales.
Exactly. It's a truly interconnected ecosystem of skills.
It feels like your core skills get you in the door. But mastering these softer business skills is what unlocks the higher potential, helps you move from just doing tasks to building a real freelance business.
That's it, exactly. That transition from technician to entrepreneur.
Okay, so you've got the skills. Now, how do you actually launch your freelance venture effectively? What's the smart way to start?
Well, the guide is clear. A successful launch isn't luck. It needs deliberate planning, strategic prep, a clear roadmap.
And first up, finding your niche. Seems counterintuitive sometimes, limiting yourself. But the guide strongly pushes specialization over being a generalist.
Yeah, it might feel like you're narrowing your options, but the compelling argument is that by carving out a specific expertise,
You become the go-to person.
exactly, the authority, which often means you can charge higher rates, attract clients looking specifically for your deep knowledge. Plus, it makes you easier to find online.
Right. Generalists often struggle to stand out, end up competing on price.
Pretty much. The guide suggests looking at 3 things for your niche: your existing skills and experience,
What you're already good at.
what you're genuinely passionate about,
What actually excites you.
and crucially, is there actual market demand for it?
Gotta check if people will pay for it.
That intersection skills, passion, demand, that's the sweet spot. Researching rates, competition within niches, that's essential homework.
Does it mention any hot niches for 2025?
It does, yeah. Things like AI, prompt engineering,
Mm-hmm.
data visualization, e-commerce strategy, sustainability consulting, specialized areas.
Okay, so once you have a potential niche, the guide says test it out.
Yeah, test the waters with some initial projects, validate it, refine your approach. The ultimate goal is becoming a true subject matter expert, an SME. That commands premium value.
And your niche then drives everything else, branding, pricing.
Precisely. A clear focus lets you build a laser-focused personal brand, highlights your specific expertise, and it justifies value-based pricing charging for results, not just hours.
Okay, niche identified. Next critical step, building a compelling portfolio. Seems like a must-have.
Oh, absolutely. Non-negotiable. It's
Yeah.
your tangible proof. Shows your skills, your past work quality.
What are the key elements?
Well, basic info. Name, bio, contact, clear service offerings, then carefully curated work samples, best stuff relevant to your niche, quality over quantity.
Right.
In-depth case studies are powerful. Show the challenge, your solution, the results. Measurable outcomes if possible.
Proof you solved a problem.
Exactly. And client testimonials. Social proof is huge.
Where should you host it?
The guide strongly recommends your own website. Maximum professionalism and control. Think of it as a dynamic sales tool, not just a gallery. Working for you 200/7, supporting your niche focus, building trust.
All right, niche defined, portfolio's looking sharp. How do you get the word out effectively? Establishing that online presence and personal brand.
Crucial in the digital age. Personal branding is about intentionally shaping how others see you professionally. Your expertise, values, unique selling points. USPs.
It's more than just a logo, then.
Oh yeah, it's your visual style, your approach, your communication, your core principles. A strong brand builds trust, increases visibility, supports higher rates.
So how do you craft it?
It starts with self-discovery, defining your niche and ideal client, like we said, developing your brand statement, or USP, then building that online presence website, optimize profiles, especially LinkedIn,
And content.
consistently creating valuable content that shows your expertise, actively networking, online and off, and showcasing those testimonials. Consistency across all platforms is key. Regular updates, engagement.
Okay, that's the strategic foundation. Now, the practicalities. Tools, legal stuff, contracts.
Yeah, the operational building blocks. Tools-wise, you'll likely need project management software, Trello, Asana, that sort of thing.
Communication tools.
Slack, Zoom, maybe. Time tracking, Toggle, Harvest. Invoicing and contracts, Wave, HelloSign. Productivity apps like Notion. Cloud storage, the specifics depend on your work.
And the legal side.
Research local requirements, business licenses, tax registration. Many start as sole proprietors, but as income grows, maybe look into an LLC for liability protection, tax advantages. Consulting pros legal, financial is always smart.
Good advice. And contracts. You said non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For every single project. Protects everyone. Clearly outlines scope, deliverables, timelines, payment terms, IP rights, revision policies.
All the crucial details.
Use templates as a start, but make sure they fit each specific project. Don't skip this step.
All right, you're set up for success behind the scenes. Now the big one. Finding those ideal clients. How do you do it?
Right, you need that steady stream of suitable projects. The guide really pushes for a diversified approach. Don't rely on just one source.
So where do you start looking? Freelance marketplaces come up first, Upwork, Fiverr, etc.
It can be a good starting point, especially if you're new. Big pool of potential clients. The key is optimizing your profile keywords. Great title, showcase your best portfolio work, clearly state your value.
What about pricing on platforms?
Maybe start competitive to get reviews, then raise rates. And always tailor your proposals. No generic stuff. Be responsive. Vet clients carefully.
Sounds like work just to use the platform effectively.
It can be. And remember the downsides. Fierce competition, platform fees eating into your earnings, algorithms affecting visibility.
Right, you're not totally in control.
Exactly. The guide compares different platforms.
Right.
Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal, their models, users, features, pros, cons, fees. Worth checking which aligns best with you.
Okay, platforms are one piece, but what about going beyond them? Direct outreach, networking, referrals.
This is where you get more proactive. Less waiting, more generating leads yourself. Networking is huge. Leverage existing contacts. Attend industry events online or offline. Join relevant communities, forums, LinkedIn groups.
Tell everyone you know what you do.
Basically. And referrals, cultivate them. Ask satisfied clients directly if they know anyone who could use your help. Maybe incentivize loyalty. Happy clients are your best salespeople.
Makes sense. What about content marketing?
Powerful strategy. Share your expertise, blog posts, articles, videos, podcasts. Build authority. Attract clients organically. Optimize your website for search, SEO. Use social media strategically.
So demonstrating value first.
Exactly. Strategic partnerships with other freelancers or agencies can work too. Build referral networks. And the guide mentions unconventional stuff using business intelligence tools to find recently funded companies. They might need help.
Creative. What about just reaching out cold? Cold pitching?
It can work,
Yeah.
but it has to be personalized. Research the client. Show how you solve their specific problem. Even better is the value-first approach.
What's that?
Offer some value up front, a quick audit, some suggestions before asking for paid work, builds trust, positions you as a resource. Targeted online ads can also be part of a broader strategy.
Lots of avenues then. Okay, you've landed the client, now getting paid fairly. Let's dive into pricing, proposals, payments.
Crucial stuff. Strategic pricing is fundamental. The guide outlines 3 main models: hourly, project-based, fixed fee, and value-based.
Pros and cons to each.
Definitely. Hourly is simple, good for unclear scope, but links pay to time, maybe rewards inefficiency. Project-based gives clients cost certainty, rewards your efficiency, but needs a super clear scope, risk of underestimation.
And value-based.
Highest earning potential focuses on the outcome you deliver, not just time, but can be harder to calculate and justify. Needs strong business sense, often for high-impact projects.
For others?
Yeah, variations like daily, weekly rates, monthly retainers for ongoing work, hybrid approaches combining models. The best choice depends on the project, client, your experience.
And your pricing sends a message, right?
Absolutely. Charging confidently reflects your value. Underpricing consistently can attract the wrong clients, hurt your brand. You need to calculate your minimum acceptable rate, your MAR.
The absolute floor.
Exactly. Covers your costs, taxes,
Yep.
non-negotiable baseline. Then research market rates. What are others with similar skills in your niche charging? Factor in project complexity, the value you bring.
So know your costs, know the market,
Yeah.
and track your time, even for fixed projects.
Definitely. Helps you calculate your effective hourly rate, see if your project pricing is actually profitable. Then comes negotiation. Can be tricky.
Any tips?
Preparation is key. Know your MAR, research rates, have your portfolio ready. Tactics include maybe anchoring high, starting slightly above target, using price ranges cautiously, being firm but flexible, focusing on the value you provide, active listening, considering non-monetary perks, maybe volume discounts.
Aim for win-win.
Exactly. It's a collaboration. Finally, smooth invoicing and payment collection. Vital for cash flow.
How do you streamline that?
Send professional invoices promptly. Use software or templates. Clearly state payment terms, due dates, methods, late fees policy. For bigger projects, consider upfront payment or milestone payments.
And follow up if needed.
Politely but firmly for overdue invoices. Use online payment platforms, PayPal, Stripe, Wise makes it easy. Personalize your invoices, adds a nice touch.
Make it easy to get paid. Okay, you're landing clients, getting paid. How do you keep them happy and manage projects well? Client relationships and project delivery.
Right. This is about building trust, creating positive experiences that lead to repeat work and referrals. Client communication is central here.
What does good communication look like?
Proactively reinforcing expectations, scope, deliverables, timelines, regular transparent updates on progress. Even small ones help. Being responsive, communicating clearly, concisely, confirming understanding.
What about disagreements?
Handle them professionally. Focus on facts, the contract solutions. Manage scope, creep firmly by referring back to the agreement. And keep a written record of important communications.
Seems like clear communication prevents a lot of headaches.
It really does. And it's not just about the current project. It's cultivating long-term relationships. That's smart business.
How do you do that?
Consistently deliver high-quality work. Actively seek and act on feedback. Add personal touches. Prioritize existing clients when you can. Maybe offer preferred terms for loyalty. Follow up after the project. Stay connected. View it as a partnership. Needs deliberate effort.
Build loyalty, not just transactions. And managing the projects themselves, even as a solo freelancer.
Effective project management is essential. Stay organized. Break down big projects into tasks. Set milestones. Use task management tools, Kanban boards, Gantt charts, track deadlines, maybe even basic risk management.
Are there specific tools recommended?
Lots of options. Trello, Asana, Monday.com, ClickUp. Some like Moxie are built specifically for freelancers. They help with tasks, time tracking, file sharing, collaboration. Choose what fits your style and project complexity.
So staying organized isn't just for you, it's part of the client experience. Okay, you're building momentum, things are going well. How do you make sure that success lasts? Scaling, well-being, future-proofing.
Yeah, long-term success needs strategic thinking beyond just the next gig. Scaling might involve increasing rates as your expertise grows.
Makes sense.
Targeting higher value enterprise clients, getting retainer agreements for predictable income, maybe productizing some services, turning custom work into standard packages.
What else?
Outsourcing time-consuming or non-core tasks. Creating complementary income streams, digital products, coaching, maybe even an agency model if you want to manage others. Focusing on operational efficiency templates, automation.
So it's about working smarter, increasing impact without just working more hours.
Exactly. It requires systems, repeatable processes, automation, strategic outsourcing. But crucially, the flexibility of freelancing can be a double-edged sword. Burnout is a real risk.
How do you avoid that? The guide must address well-being.
Oh, absolutely. Prioritizing well-being is essential. It means establishing clear boundaries, work hours, dedicated workspace, managing digital notifications, learning to say no.
Sticking to those boundaries is hard.
It is, but necessary. Structure your schedule. Use time management techniques. Prioritize breaks. Schedule regular time off. Take care of your health. Have hobbies. Socialize. Efficient workflow management helps too. Task batching, tools. Preventing burnout has to be proactive. Build sustainable systems from the start.
Can't pour from an empty cup, right? Okay, finally, the landscape keeps changing. Tech, client needs. How do you stay ahead? Future-proofing.
Continuous learning and adaptability are the keys. Regularly enhance existing skills, acquire new ones. AI proficiency is a big one now. Stay informed on industry trends. Be willing to adapt your services, maybe even your niche. Periodically review and refresh your brand.
Lifelong learning and flexibility.
That's the name of the game for future-proofing your freelance career.
So, to kind of wrap up our deep dive here, building a truly successful, sustainable freelance career in 2025, it's more than just having a skill people want.
Much more.
It really requires you to adopt that strategic mindset of business owner. Continuously hone both your core craft and those crucial business skills.
Technical and business acumen.
Plan strategically launch, growth, everything. Master managing clients and projects effectively. And crucially, make your own well-being a real priority, all while staying agile, adaptable in this, constantly evolving market.
Precisely. It's embracing this holistic, proactive approach. Building a career that's financially rewarding, sure, but also genuinely aligns with your personal definition of success and fulfillment in today's world of work.
So as you, the listener, reflect on your own skills, your goals, the insights we've explored, just remember that building a thriving freelance career in 2025 is absolutely achievable. With the right strategies, commitment to growth, and a clear understanding of what it really takes.
And maybe one of the most empowering things about this whole freelance evolution is the potential it offers individuals to truly define their own version of professional success. As tech keeps advancing, strategically blending your unique human skills with tools like AI, well, that, combined with the growing demand for specialized knowledge, creates a landscape just brimming with opportunity for those ready to navigate it with intention and foresight.